My name's David Whitehead. I'm assistant manager here at Haworth Old Hall. We think now the oldest building in Haworth, 1580. We get a wide diversity of customers coming here. Through the day and at weekend we tend to get a lot of tourists from all over the world, all over the country.
We're staying at some cottages up in the hills that are very dog friendly. We brought our dog with us. There's lots of country walks.
It's very picturesque and it's very historical with it being Haworth, and yeah, we're having a nice time.
As you come into Haworth, the greenery, the countryside, and you feel like you're in another zone. There's people walking, and there's the animals, the sheep, horse riders. And if you go to the certain part of Haworth, you can see the waterfall and the lake there. And also in the heart of the village, they have this kind of vintage museum of trains where you can have a ride on, and that'll take you around to the countryside. It's so relaxing. Gives you this kind of feeling of going back in time.
The old bus stop signs, the red telephone boxes, cobbled streets, the vintage shops.
It's like something out of the old Hovis ad.
Now this railway station has been here since Victorian times. It was built by the local mill owners, and since then we've run steam trains and heritage diesel trains every Saturday and every Sunday throughout the year. One of the enjoyable things is that we have a lot of special events. A couple of weeks ago we had a steam gala with lots of visiting engines from other parts of the country, and we have vintage train days when we run trains that go right back to Victorian times. Haworth is a very special place because of the Brontes, of course.
The Bronte family came to live here in 1820, and this was their home for the rest of their lives. So when you come here, you see the rooms displayed with the Brontes' furniture, their household goods, their clothing, and their treasures, their manuscripts, their letters, their drawings. So we have a wonderful collection here, which is of great interest to anyone who loves literature. In this very room where we're standing, this is where they wrote their famous novels. Emily's Wuthering Heights, Charlotte's Jane Eyre, and Anne's novel, The Tenant of Wildfell Hall, which were all published in the late 1840s and caused a sensation. And they've been published widely ever since. But apart from the museum, we've got the wonderful landscape, the wonderful moors, which are such a feature of Emily's Wuthering Heights. And there's the wonderful Main Street, which is one of the steepest streets in the country, cobbled with a range of shops, cafes, and restaurants. So it's a wonderful place to visit, and you can also, of course, visit the church where the Bronte sisters are all buried.
There is a brass plaque on the floor which shows you where they were buried. The present church was built in 1880. Most of the money for this church was provided by the wealthy mill owners of Haworth. A lot of the beautiful stained glass windows are memorials to the various mill families, and a lot of people have dedicated a stained glass window to loved ones. One of the really beautiful ones is the one at the end of the chancel. The graveyard in Haworth is quite extensive. No one knows exactly how many bodies are buried in Haworth graveyard. The estimate is somewhere between 20,000 and 60,000.
As you can see, I've been dressed up for Halloween. 3 o'clock this afternoon, we've had a Halloween parade. We've had chicks on sticks dressed as a dragon coming up the high street. We've had Gandalf introducing himself. And we've had loads of kids all dressed up, which has been absolutely great. It's been really nice to see families out with the children as well. But we dressed the shop window up and everything. So that was it. The cape came out, the top hat came, and it was like, well, Dracula's just arrived in Haworth.
But we have events all through the year. We have the 1940s weekend, and everybody dresses up in the costumes. We have a lot of Christmas events. We've had several films done in here, and the last one was a film called Wild Child with America's Emma Roberts, and they filmed in here like they were trying to buy alcohol. The atmosphere of Haworth is pretty amazing.
One of the best times is when the sun is declining and the sky lights up in an amber reflection, and it is the most amazing experience.
Haworth is a lovely village. We have the church, we have the Bronte parsonage. A lot of people from all over the world are interested in the Brontes. It's just a lovely place to come.
Thank you.